all you pioneers out there. Commander Kingfish here, and I am back in Satisfactory 1.0. Well, I have been steadily working on starting the hub and getting my base of operations set up here on the main platform. I've finished getting all of my storage boxes that I had down there, so all of those storage boxes have been moved up here, and they've got several different things. And speaking of that, let's grab these. These are, well, you can see they're data cartridges from day 4 from the FICSIT, and I've been trying to get rid of these. And I finally found the answer, because you can't just throw these into the garbage. They won't, you can't destroy them, you can't get rid of them, you can't use them for anything. But you can flush them right down the toilet. So if we interact here and we bring one over and we drop it in there and we exit and then we hit flush, and there it goes, it's flushing, and voila, it's gone. So let's get rid of these other two. I have been trying my best to figure it out, and I just happened to find an answer on Reddit, I believe, to get rid of these things. There we go. You can't just, in your inventory, and I'll show you. So if we go into our inventory, you see you have a garbage can here, but it won't go down the garbage can. You can't just throw them away. So we can just flush them right down the old toilet. And that was the last one I had to get rid of. I'd already gotten rid of 3 or 4 before. There we go. All right, they are all gone. And 77 days since last incident. That's a good thing. And so as I promised in the last one, I was going to build an explorer. And I didn't get that done. But I did get it done now. And it really is kind of cool. So if you look at it, it has a crafting bench. Now the storage isn't nearly as big as in the tractor, but you do have some storage space. I carry extra coal, and that's what I use it for. And instead of running to the up here on the deck, and as it gets larger, this is going to be a lot nicer to run around in. Oh, and it does have a full crafting bench in here. You can see anything that you can craft at the main crafting bench, you can craft here as well, as long as you've got all the materials for it. So that is the Explorer, and if we take off, it hauls pretty good. So it kind of sputters a little bit when it hits top end. It must have a governor on it, and so it will cruise along, but we're 106, 108, not too bad. All right. Now, what I wanted to do today, a couple of things. I kind of figured out the pipeline. I feel a bit of an idiot, but I did get that straightened out. So let's hop out of here. I want to get my refineries going, or at least a refinery to create the polymers. And so we're going to set that up first, and then we're going to go and finish putting those pipelines in. So let's do this. I need a refinery production. That would be one of these. And that's in and out. What am I missing? Oh, crud. My steel tubes. Thought I'd gotten everything. All right, well, let's go back and get those, because I want to get this going, because it should produce enough that we can at least get one research item done today. As you know, I'm trying to get those things done, but listen to that. Isn't that cool? Now, I should have some steel tubes down here. If not, I can make them fairly quickly. Okay. Thought, well, we're going to check the to-do list over there, and maybe I just missed it, that I needed it. I'm also going to fill in a few more of these holes up here so we can kind of continue to build out this platform. And I think in the next episode, I'm going to try to start getting some more of my materials up here so that we can start setting up some better assembly lines, production lines. Pop out of here. All right, first off, I want to check something. Oh, I need these steel tubes. I need the steel beams. I know I have these, and I need motors. All right. The motors I might have to hop down and get. But we should have over here in one of these. It's not this one. What did I put it up here maybe? There we go. There's our steel tubes. And I know I have a bunch of steel over here. Let's grab that. And then motors. I only got 6. And I'm pretty sure I don't have any motors up here, but I know where I can go grab some real quick. So let's run over there. And we can fly over here and land. And I needed, what's 12, 13, so I needed 6, probably 8. 5, 6, 8. That was it. But grab another one just to make for sure. And so one of the things I did was I went into the architecture at the and spent some coupons and got the ladder. Well, the other thing I don't know if I didn't show you while we're down here, I got tired of this thing kind of looking. Now, these are not attached to this. I just put these in and around. So it just makes it look like this is on a foundation now. So that it's not just kind of sticking up in the air like it was. So, yeah, I've added that on there. And I got to finish. I still got a little bit of sulfur left down here. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's just grab it. We're here. And I can then get rid of this. There we go. All right. Now, and then here is my ladder. So I have a way of getting up and down. And let's go throw this sulfur in over here someplace. Yeah, it'll work right here at least, I think. You know, the interesting thing is there's 24 slots in this. And if we come over here, there's 25 slots in these little personal ones. Just an FYI for you. All right, now we should have all of our parts. Let's cruise on back down there and get this refinery going and get our polymer production. Don't want to drive into any one of those holes yet. Haven't yet, so you can finish getting some of that filled out today too. All right. Starting to make some progress. Hopefully this is looking to become a much more efficient factory once I'm done here. All right, let's kind of come over here. This out of the way. And obviously I've got to get guardrails and stuff like that up so we don't go driving off the edge. And so let's hop out of here. Now let's try this all over again. And I'm probably going to need to set that refinery over just a little bit because we're probably going to have 3 of them here eventually. So let's get into here. Ah, there we go. That looks a little better. All right. This is going to have fluids coming out. Let's just put that on hold right there and see how that looks. I don't think that's too far off. We should be able to hook into that. You know what? We might actually be able to slide that over a bit because that is taking up, that's not taking up that much. So let's nudge that over about right there and let's see how that looks. Because there will still give us plenty of room here. We'll certainly be able to pull that in right there like that. I think that's good. Let's put that right there. Now let's get a pipeline going to it. Logistics pipeline. There we go. Get the Mark II. And there we go. That's hooked in. All right. And this, we want to be able to make polymer. There we go. So it's going to be fuel. And so oh yeah, that was the other thing I needed to set up. Get those set up before we throw some power into it. I am going to put a industrial storage shed. And that needs to get flipped around. There we go. I think if we put that over there, put that on hold, because I also need to put another fluid buffer in, another storage tank for the fuel. What? Let's go ahead and put that in right there like that. And we'll just see how much room that leaves over here. Let's get the buffer. That would be you. And I think I was going to put 2 of these in. All right. Let's hit hold right there. All right, we can slide this back a little bit. And that should do. That's got that fairly lined up with storage tank on the other side. Maybe back just one more. One more nudge. That right there. And I wanted to put a second one in here. All right. And let's hit hold. That's lined up. We can move it back. Out like that. Save some space. And let's put that in. All right, let's hook these things up. Our logistics pipeline. So that's going to the fuel, and we're just going to store the fuel now. We may end up just packaging it. And come over here. Get our conveyors hooked into there. All right. I think the only other thing we need to do is get power into this guy right here. So let's grab that. And I think we should have a power pole right over here someplace. What if we were to in a power pole right here? Yeah, Yeah, let's see if we can put a power pole right here. Valid location. Oh, come on. Try this again. Maybe I just had it over the edge. All right. Valid location. Oh, you're gonna, okay, I see. All right. There it goes. All right. Now we can hook this in over to there. And that should start producing. Okay. So that's going to fill up those with fuel. And we can see some polymer, which is what I am going to need for that one research item that we need to do. And so we've got that going. So that will start stacking up. And then I may end up just producing plastics over here as well. We'll see, because I am producing plastics down at that other fuel area, and I might just change that up some. But if we come over here, you can kind of see that my pipeline now is coming straight in, and I've got the pump right there, and that's coming up, and so that's filling up. That's got these tanks full, and so it should be draining now, which it is, but it really shouldn't take that much. So that should be more than enough fuel, crude oil, to do that. So let's hop down here, and you can see I've got the T in place, and there is the pipeline pump pumping away, and that's all got the electricity into it. So let's come over here and see if we can't get this next pipeline set up. And I really feel like kind of a dork, because I'll show you what you have to do here when you go to do these. So if we go, I need to take this out, and we're going to leave that right there as it is. All right, let's get over here. All right. Now we want to start coming up over here. We'll go as far as we can. All right, so that's probably about as far as we're going to get. See if we can kind of somewhat line this up. Not expecting these to be perfectly straight. My trips to Alaska, I've seen the pipeline up there, and by no means is that perfectly straight. So let's kind of just do that. Let that right there. All right, we got that in place. Now let's want to come over here. And let's kind of just swing this over a little bit so that we can miss some of that stuff. And see how that looks. Because that other pipeline's going to come over, I suspect, on the other side of this clump of bushes. We should be able to bring it up through here. Let's do this real quick. My chainsaw. Let's get this out of here. There we go. So we are probably going to come up. What I want to do is, instead of going perfectly straight up, what I want to do is maybe kind of put it up on this node right here. And then I can put my T-block in and then bring that straight up to the point up there. So let's go ahead, and I probably shouldn't have turned that quite so much. Let's see. Let's put this pipe in again. That. We still got to get power out to that oil extractor as well. But we should be able to come right off of there and just run it right straight over. All right, let's do this again. All right. Come over here. Let's put this about maybe just a little bit of a turn. That's going to have to do. I'll be fine with that. And then, need be, we will take out those. Come on, please be enough. Get it over here. Right, this is right. Turn it just slightly. And let's put that in right there. Okay, now I'm going to add just a little bit more onto this. And this will give us actually a place for our T-junction. Bring that up about like that. Let's put that in right there. Okay, so I was struggling with these T-junctions, or with the T-junctions and with these pipeline pumps, all right? So I kept trying to figure out, okay, how am I supposed to do it? It doesn't seem to be hooking onto it. Well, got to put it in. Just hover it over the pipeline itself, and then you can click it. And there it is. It's in place. All right. So now what I will do is we're going to go up above, out of this. Let me get back to my burl nuts. We're going to go up above. And then we're going to run a line up. I found that I couldn't get it to line up or from down below. But what I was able to do was to come up here and so we'll come over here and get lined up. Want it to come up somewhere about right here. So if we come down here and we grab our pipeline right here and we connect it onto here and then we come up to here about like that. Like that. And put that into place. There we go. And then we'll go back down there and then put our pump in. And then we want to connect into that right there. All right. So let's hop out of that. Back down below. All right. Now we want to put our pipeline pump in. So let's go to Q. You want to make sure you're putting it in the right, so you can see it going up. So right about here should be fine. Click that right there. All right, so we've got that pump there. Now let's get the power into it. You know what? Let's just put another line right down to here for this one. That right. Yeah, we can put it right there like that. Connect down to there, and then we can connect that over right to there. Okay, so that is in place. So everything's in place. The only thing we got to do is hook up the electricity. And we can run a line off of over here. So we've got that right there. If we go 2, and we'll carry this over as far as we can. I like to run these alongside the pipelines themselves. Let's bring this down as close. I'm hoping we can get all the way across the water. I don't want to have to put this. Well, what I'd probably do is just throw some foundations down. Let's put that right there like that. And let's go to what am I doing? Valid location. Oh yeah. All right, let's see what we can do here. What's going on? Come on. Oh, there we go. All right. Figures. I don't know if I don't think we can reach over to here. We might have to put something in the middle there to make it reach all the way over to here. But let's see. Oh, it's not going. How can we? All right, you know what? I gotta. All right, let's see if we can get up and on this pipe. There we go. Now we can walk the pipe down until we can connect into that. There we go. All right, let's see how far we can get. I wonder if that is. All right. That's in place, so I'm good with, actually I'm good with that. Well, this wire's too long. All right, let's put another one in right there. Now we should be good. All right, let's connect that in. And it should be pumping. And the other thing we've got to do, I'm going to make sure that have full power coming in out of this extractor. There we go. Now that should start pumping that up. It's going to be filling in the lines here. All right. And we can see the oil starting to fill up and in through there. So that is pumping. This one's pumping at a really nice rate. All right. So let's go get that last one. All right. I'm not sure Ada would be happy about this, but no, as long as she doesn't know, then we're good. Okay. All right. So now we just have this one to hook in. And we'll be able to bring power. We should be able to bring power right let's see if we can hook the power up right now. Right from there to there. That's perfect. And let's go ahead and put our power shards into here. I can see that this thing is full of oil. At there. All right, now, what do you think? I think right along this side right over here would be perfect, so we can go along those trees. So let's go ahead and grab our pipeline. Let's see how far we can get with this. About right there. And that says that's lined up. Put that in right there. Now let's come over to here. Oh. Let's can't get that lined up somewhat. Oh, there it was. All right. Let's just slightly turn it that way. All right, we got oil to there. Then I think, yeah, I think if we come over right to here, oh, I see a problem. I think I'm going to change that up because it'll kind of do something that I don't like, but we'll see how it looks. All right, so if we grab this and bring this out to probably about right there. Can we go a little farther? All right, let's put it right there. Now let's grab our tea. Okay, and oh, I need to. Oh, come on, man. Oh, there we go. I can rotate that. And let's go ahead and just put that in right there. Okay. Now we are going to have to go up there. So let's do that. We can get this last one in. And we can also check on our other one here. How this is doing. This is filling. And I bet this other one's probably getting pretty full. It is, it's almost full. So once that's full, then this one will start filling up as well. All right, let's see if we can get this pipeline up to here. Yeah, I have a feeling that that wire is going to come right in the way, but we'll fix that once we do this. Pipe right there. Bring that up to here. Where is, so if we bring that over right about there. That looks pretty good. Yep. And we'll put that in right there. All right. And see, that wire is going right directly through. So here's what we're going to do with that. Going to move. We're going to move this over. Let's take this out. And we'll put this power pole in right here. Actually, if we put it in right here. Right there. Now let's put that in to there, that over to there. And then we'll also be able to hook in once we get the pump onto here. So now I think that's the last thing we have to do is to put our pump in. And that's going to be perfect. So let's put that right there. And we just need to wire that in. That's 2. If we click onto that, we should be able to click onto that. And that is pumping oil. We've got oil to here. This is full. And this is pumping away. Flow rate is 600. Head lift is 30 meters, so that's good. We're not going over any more than 50. So we should be in pretty good shape now. So let's see how. Let's go up above. And then I can decide what else I'm going to do with all of this material. I'm not going to put any power in down here because once it gets backed up, then it stops producing fuel for the power. So I'm going to refrain from putting in any kind of power stations with these. And what I'd like to do is change things up. Now I've got enough rubber coming in with the truck that's bringing that over. So let's take a look and see how much polymer we've got here since oh nice. I think let's grab a couple of these. And we'll let that continue to fill. And let's see how this is doing. It's probably filling up this one first. Oh, they're both about the same. That's good. We're not filling that up too fast. Because once one of these gets full, whether it's the polymer and gets backed up, then that production stops. That's why it's not so good on power. But I think this gives us, that puts that in place. We're running just about right on time. And my co-pilot just jumped up here on the desk in front of me. And of course she's getting in the way. Just make sure I don't fall in a hole. All right, and we can get that one research item done. All right, let's hop out. Okay, so we've got the polymer. I think I needed, let's see which one it is. I think it was under here. I think it was this one. So I got the polymer, I just need the fiber. And I think I have that over here. Hope I do anyway. It's not in that one. Right here, fiber. Let's grab that. And let's get this research done. And I think that actually completes this. Start the research. Confirm.
Research completed. Polyester fabric recipe unlocked. Using polyethylene terephthalate, production of a lightweight and strong fabric can be automated. It has many of the properties of naturally sourced fabric and also amplifies body odor.
All right, well, that's good. We're not going to... Well, maybe it amplifies body odor, so Maybe we'll stink more, I guess. But more importantly, it does complete that research. And so I think the next one, was there something down here? I'm going to have to gather up this stuff. But there was one of them that I needed some high speed. Maybe it was on the criterium. Yeah, this one I needed the 10 high speed connectors. So I still got to come up with the ammo, but I might be able to start doing that now. Okay, well, I think we got quite a bit accomplished today. We've got the oil production in place, and now I just got to start putting in my manufacturing and stuff down there. You got to see the Explorer running around in it. We got some research done. I got all of my chests and stuff up here, so now it's just a matter of starting to move stuff up and get more of the production going. So I'll continue to work on that. All right, well, I think we're at the end of the video. So if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. It really does help out the video. And please subscribe. That will really help out the channel. Okay, all you pioneers out there, keep those smooth and highly productive production lines going to keep Ada happy. And with that, Commander Kingfish is out of here, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.